guys, it's Rachel. Today I'm going to be creating this makeup look for you. It's quite a simple look, great for every day, but particularly if you are not feeling quite well. I've been feeling a little bit nauseous this morning. I am not pregnant. Get your mind out of the gutter. I've just not been feeling well, and I've also been getting over a cold, and I found that my skin just looked quite sallow and dull, and I just wasn't feeling well, but I need to get on with the day. I need to film more videos, I need to go out, so I've put together this look, something that I like to wear when I'm not feeling well, to give my skin back life and brightness and just make my overall complexion look more happy and less like I'm sick. So if you would like to see how to get this makeup look, please keep on watching. The first thing that I like to do when I'm feeling like crap is hydrate my skin. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of hydrating rosewater mist. When I say little, I mean a lot. And then I'm going to moisturize my skin with my TRILOGY Vital Moisturising Cream. A couple of pumps of this is a fantastic base for makeup. For under the eyes, I'm going to use a little bit of the First Aid Beauty Eye Duty Triple Remedy. I usually would actually do this first before I apply moisturizer, but feeling a little bit out of it and totally forgot. May have accidentally squeezed out a tad too much this morning. Remember guys, less is more sometimes. Less is definitely more. I'm just blending that out with my ring finger. It's going everywhere. When I'm coming out of a cold, I usually am dealing with some textural issues and flaky skin. For me, that's often around the nose. The constant blowing tends to sort of exfoliate that and aggravate that a little bit. Sometimes also for me, it's around the mouth and the jawline. So I'm going to go in with a smoothing primer. This is the Soft Focus Smoothing Primer from MECCA COSMETICA. This is just a sample that I received when I'd made an order, but I really like it so far. Smoothing that across the nose, just where I've got some of enlarged pores as well, to fill that in. To counteract the sallowness and the dullness of my skin when I'm not feeling well, I like to go the complete opposite and try and get some glow back into my skin. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Lumi Magique Base Pure Light Primer. Cheekbones, the bridge of the nose, maybe a little bit in the center of the chin as well, and of course the forehead. Even around the corners of the mouth, just because I have a little bit of shadowing around this area. My current favourite combination for great looking skin that has a little bit of a glow to it but still looks natural and it gives you colour and coverage is the MAC Face and Body Foundation mixed with a few drops of the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops. I love this combo, new favourite. I'm almost ready to call it a holy grail, and I've only just discovered it. I've only just discovered it, but it is amazing. You do have to shake them both up really well, so get on that. Get your maracas going. I don't know what I'm talking about now. I'm finding that I get the best application with my foundation and a lot of other makeup products actually if I apply the product with one brush and then blend out with another. It just stops the brush from being clogged up with a whole heap of product. This is the Real Techniques cheek brush, but I really like it for blending out the foundation. A little bit around the nose, extra coverage. Hide that redness. I am going to put a little bit of light reflecting concealer underneath my eyes just to brighten the whole area, but I'm going to take a little bit more of that foundation mixture and just use that to counteract the darkness first. Blending that out with the Real Techniques setting brush. Dark circles be gone. It's amazing. Don't forget to really bring that product right into the corner here. I find that I get darkness all the way up to the bridge of my nose, and also on this outer corner where I also get a little bit of shadowing. I'm just popping a little bit of my ELLIS Fast Concealer underneath the eyes to give a little bit of extra luminosity, maybe a little bit more on the tops of the cheekbones as well. We're not trying to overdo it, just going for a sophisticated highlight. You could use the L'Oreal Lumi Magique or even the Dream Lumi Touch from Maybelline if you've got the YSL Touche Eclat. That would work really well as well. I feel like I look 1,000 times better already. I'm going to add one little last touch of glow. This is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Pearl. I love this stuff. It's really, really pretty and just gives you that boom light to your cheeks, like you've been kissed by an angel or something like that. If you're feeling extra adventurous, a little bit down the center of the nose and on the cupid's bow, just for that touch of something more. What is your favorite highlighter? I want to know. Is it a powder one? Is it a cream one? Add a little bit extra, so I'm just applying some to the tops of the brow bones and also just underneath the arch of my brow. We're glowing, but we don't want to look oily, so I'm just going to apply a small amount of powder to the areas where I feel that I need it, mainly along the side of my nose. I hate when I get sort of oily or glowy in this particular area here because it's really, really noticeable. Sort of the center of my forehead sometimes, and just my like chin area here. I'm also going to apply a little bit to the bottom of my jawline because I have a little bit of a breakout here that I want to stay concealed. Also a tinsy bit under the eyes just so that doesn't crease. When I'm sick, I tend to lose all color in my face, so I definitely want to bring some of that back. And new product from Hourglass. This is simply stunning. It is the Ambient Lighting Bronzer in Luminous Bronze Light. Just admire that for a minute. I'm just taking a fluffy brush. This is my Hakuhodo J103. Swirling a little bit of the product. I'm tapping off the excess and also going to take a little bit off the brush just because it can be quite warm and I don't want to overdo it. I'm just applying this mainly on my cheekbones, almost where you would apply blush in a way. I'm not going for contouring. This color is way too warm for contouring, but it is really nice just to give your skin that sun-kissed look. Give it a little bit of color and definition back. Also going to bring this up along the forehead. Touch on the nose just to blend it all together. For blush, you really want something that brings a warmth back to your skin, that really lifts your complexion, and I'm so excited to be using another new product. This one is from NARS. It is their, what is this, dual intensity blushes. Again, an amazing new formula. This one is Fervor. I have two shades here. I adore both of them. I'm actually going to use this peachy shade here, and these can be used wet and dry. So I'm going to try using it wet to give more of a cream finish to the product. Just taking a blush brush and I'm going to spray it with a little bit of MAC's Fix Plus. I'm going to make sure that it's not too intense on the back of my hand and just apply this to the apples of the cheeks and working backwards. When I'm going for quite a healthy look to the skin, I like to bring the blush a little bit further forward, like a little bit more close to my nose than I usually would. It just kind of gives the illusion of flushed cheeks, which for me, when I am sick, or actually just in general, I don't have naturally, but I feel like that is I guess an indicator of health, so I like to fake it. Just going back in with my foundation brush to blend everything together. Rain, hail or shine, sick or well, brows are always like one of the most important things when you're doing your makeup. Don't skip them. I'm going to be using my Anastasia Brow Wiz. I am going to skip through this though because I feel like you've seen me do my brows lots and you've seen everybody do their brows a ton. I am trying to keep the brows as natural as possible, just sort of brushing them upwards, applying small strokes, not really changing the shape too much, just filling in the sparse spots. Just setting that all in place with a little bit of brow gel. For eyes, you want something simple because let's be honest, when you're not feeling well, you don't want to fuss around with a really intricate and detailed eye look. And you also want to keep them open and awake looking because let's face it, most of us would probably rather be in bed when we're not feeling well. Urban Decay Naked Basics 2 palette. I'm just taking a mixture of Skimp and Stark on a fluffy brush. I'm blending that all the way from lid to brow bone. Next, I'm going to take a mixture of Frisk and Cover, and I'm just going to apply this to the outer part of my crease and the outer part of my eye. I really like these cooler colours for this kind of look because it will stop you from looking puffy, particularly if you are feeling a bit that way in your eyes if you've got a cold. This will really sort of contour the eye and give it back the definition. At this point it probably goes without saying, but make sure you blend out as you go. Just using a clean fluffy brush for this. Ah, light reflection. Why does it happen? Look. Can you see that weird orange patch on my face? It's moving right up and down the center of my face. That's my mirror. I'm sorry guys, I didn't even realize it was there. On a smaller brush, this is the Zoeva Luxe Petite Crease. You just want to take that same combo of Frisk and Cover and run this along the outer portion of your lower lash line. Don't want to go in any further than say halfway. Make sure you connect those two colours up too. From the Urban Decay shadow box, I'm just going to take a little bit of Sin, which is also in one of the Naked palettes, maybe the Naked 2 or the first one. Someone will correct me. I'm just going to pop a little bit of this on the inner portion of the lid. Sort of bringing that into the center. You don't want to overdo it with the shimmers because then we're kind of creeping into that puffiness territory again. But a little bit of light and shimmer never hurt anybody. While we have this palette out, I'm also going to take a little bit of black out. Again, this one is in the Naked 2 palette, I believe. Just a matte black shade on a little angled brush. And I'm going to softly define the outer part of the lash line. Nothing too difficult. Honestly, when you're sick, who wants to faff around with any kind of eyeliner? Not me. Finally, we're going to curl our eyelashes and then apply some mascara. I have been loving this new one from Sephora. It is the Outrageous Curl Dramatic Volume and Curve Mascara. It is what it says, it's quite dramatic, and I don't mind a dramatic lash, particularly when I'm wanting to look better and look maybe better than I feel. But if you would prefer something a little bit less dramatic, a little bit more natural, then you do you. Use whatever mascara you would prefer. I have a terrible habit of getting mascara all over my lids. Doesn't matter how much I apply it, I still manage to screw it up a little bit. So if that's you as well, join the club. Oh, this mascara really is the bomb.com or whatever kids today say. I absolutely love it. So while I'm letting my mistakes dry so I can flick them away, I'm going to do two last little steps on the eyes to make them look bright and awake. I feel like I've said that a billion times in this video, but you really get the point of what I'm trying to do. First step, a little bit of the Balm's Mary Luminizer in the inner corner. I love this as a cheekbone highlight, as a face highlight, but it is also an awesome eye inner corner highlight. It's just like, bam, you are awake and shimmering. I like to concentrate it right on the edge of the eye and then kind of blend it up onto the lid and out onto the bridge of the nose and then across onto the lower lash line. And the other step is to add a little bit of a skin coloured eyeliner to your lower waterline. This one is the MAC Chromographic Pencil in NC15 NW20. There is also like a Rimmel alternative, the Nude Pencil. I know that Essence does like a light coloured one as well. Whatever you have in your collection, it's definitely worth having something like this for days where you did not get enough sleep. Okay, so all that we have left is lips. Now you can go two ways. You could go for sort of a neutral but brightening coloured lip. So I don't recommend going like completely nude, because if your skin is sort of naturally a little bit dull because you haven't been well or you're not feeling well, a nude lip can make you look a little bit sick. So you can go just a soft colour, or if you're feeling adventurous, you could go a really bold colour as well, because I find that there is nothing more brightening to the face sometimes than a really sort of bold lip, particularly one that complements your skin tone. So I'm going to show you guys both options. First I'm going to remove all the crusty foundation and whatnot off my lips. I know some people like to apply over the top of that, but I just can't deal. Okay, for the lighter option, maybe you could use something like this. These are the Urban Decay, I think it's the Sheer Revolution lipsticks, and this one's in Sheer Streak. It's this really pretty like peachy pinky coral shade. This is just a fun, easy to wear colour. It really lifts the complexion and it's forgiving to flaky, dry lips if you're experiencing that, because it has that sort of sheerness and a little bit of gloss to it. Really, really comfortable to wear. So this is the first option. What do you think? Do you like this lip? My second option. Wait for it. This is the Australis Velour Lips in Shanghai. Really, really bright, fun colour. I'm going to pop it on so you guys can see what it looks like. So the bold lip probably requires a little bit more work, and it also is not as forgiving to flaky lips. So if you are experiencing that, maybe go for something with a softer, creamier texture. But I think that this is really, really a fun colour, and if you want it, if you want to go for that bright pop, you do you, go for it. I love this kind of look, and I really, really do love this lip cream colour from Australis. So that is it for this little makeup tutorial. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. This makes a great everyday look. It is great if you're not feeling well and you really do need to look your best and still get on with your day. If you have any suggestions for makeup favorites or makeup tips or tricks that you like to use when you're not feeling well, please share them with me in the comments below so everybody else can see them as well. I will have a list of all the products that I used in the description box below, as well as any links where possible and shades that I used if I didn't mention them, brushes, things like that. There you'll also find all my social media links. Make sure you come say hi, and if you're feeling inclined and did really enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It really, really does help me out. Other than that, I hope you feel better if you've been feeling sick lately, and I will talk to you guys all very, very soon. Bye! I probably should have done something else with my hair, but at this point I'm thinking if you're not feeling well like I am, your level of CBF is probably pretty high, and just to get the makeup look done was a lot of effort. So shove it all up in a bun, pull some pieces out. That is my go-to. I'm feeling sick, but I need to get on with life hairstyle. Of course I'd have to get like all throaty when I start to talk. Okay, let's try that again. Even around, I could talk. Seriously just burped in a video. That's really embarrassing. Cut that one out, Rachel. I can't help myself. I have to throw stuff everywhere.